Well, good morning. It is the Friday the 13th of September. Last night I cowboy camped next to Wapatus Lake. After about an hour or so, I felt sprinkles on my face, and based on the experience that I had in a similar situation on Bench Mountain in New England, I pretty much got up right away and set up my tent right there, and got in the tent before it really got too steady. I was awakened about an hour later. I think I sort of rolled over or something, and I realized that the floor was quite wet. Z-Packs duplex is kind of finicky in this respect, especially if you're someone over 6 feet tall like I am. If you push against the sides of it, the water will come right down off the top and get scooped right into the bathtub floor and form this puddle where, there's nowhere for it to go. So I had to get up and mop up all that stuff, and got some stuff wet that I hadn't planned on getting wet, and not quite as restful a night as I would have hoped. Didn't get going early today. It was after 8 o'clock before I started hiking. I have a 2,600 foot climb right out of the chute. I'm a few hundred feet into that right now, and you can kind of see what the weather looks like. Right overhead there is a small patch of blue which is coming down and sort of shining off the top of my head right now, but mostly it's just could be an all-day rain today. Not sure that the 25 miles is going to happen today, but time to press on.
Well, good evening. The day started in a tent that was wet from the rain last night, and it ends in a tent that is wet from the rain last night. Pretty much walked all day in the rain. Some minutes it would stop, and just sort of the dripping from the trees. But today was a day you just sort of didn't rely on the views because there weren't too many. Saw an interesting lake, Deep Creek, but the lighting just was not good for pretty much any kind of photography. So when that happens, you can be miserable, but I really wasn't miserable today. Pretty much walking in the rain. You can be left to your own thoughts. It's not that you're distracted by the scenery or wow. And you work through some things that you've been thinking about. And so I was able to use that time, I think, pretty productively today. Still, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, getting into a place that maybe I can get in and try out. I'm going to try to go into the Mountaineers Club hostel at Stevens Pass. I have about 14 miles, and I need to resupply, probably in Leavenworth. And that's going to be my last town resupply, other than Stehekin. Stehekin sort of isn't really much of a town as far as services or grocery stores or anything like that. I'm getting a box there. So going to have to resupply for over 100-mile push through the North Cascades. So that's what's on the agenda for tomorrow.